He had everything a person could want. Then he walked away from all of it because he realized wanting was the problem. Around 2,500 years ago, a prince named Siddhartha lived in a palace. Servants, luxury, beautiful wife, perfect son. His father made sure he never saw anything ugly or painful. Never saw poverty, sickness, old age, or death. Just pleasure. Just comfort. Just everything a human could desire. But one day, Siddhartha left the palace walls, and what he saw changed everything. He realized that everyone suffers. Rich or poor, young or old. Everyone. And he spent the rest of his life figuring out why. The answer he found: desire. The more you want, the more you suffer. And he became the Buddha by learning to want nothing at all. Here's what most people don't understand about desire. We think desire drives us, motivates us, pushes us to achieve and grow. We think wanting things is natural and good. That ambition is what makes life worth living. But Buddha saw something different. He saw that desire is actually the root of all suffering. Not because wanting things is evil, but because wanting creates a gap between where you are and where you want to be. And that gap hurts. Think about it. Right now, whatever you want that you don't have is causing you stress. Maybe you want more money. That desire creates suffering every time you check your bank account. Maybe you want a relationship. That desire creates suffering every time you're alone. Maybe you want success. That desire creates suffering every time you feel like you're not there yet. The wanting itself is the pain, not the lack of the thing. The wanting. Buddha called this the second noble truth. That the cause of suffering is craving. First, desire. We crave pleasure. We crave comfort. We crave approval. We crave permanence in a world where nothing lasts. And that craving keeps us trapped in a cycle of suffering that never ends. Here's how it works. You want something, you don't have it. You suffer. Then you get it. You feel good for a moment. But then you get used to it. It becomes normal. And you start wanting the next thing. New desire. New suffering. The cycle never stops. You think getting what you want will end the suffering. But it just resets the cycle. Buddha saw this clearly when he left the palace. He thought maybe extreme poverty would end suffering. So he became an ascetic. Starved himself, practiced extreme discipline, pushed his body to the edge of death. But he still suffered, just in a different way. He wanted enlightenment, wanted to end suffering, and that wanting itself was causing suffering. Then he had a breakthrough. He realized that the path wasn't about getting everything you want or having nothing at all. It was about stopping the wanting itself. Not forcing yourself to not want, but understanding desire so deeply that it loses its power over you. He sat under a tree and meditated on this. And he figured out something profound. That desire comes from a misunderstanding. We think getting what we want will make us complete, will make us happy, will fill the emptiness inside. But it won't, because the emptiness isn't caused by lacking things. It's caused by constantly wanting things. Buddha described 3 types of desire that cause suffering. The desire for pleasure, the desire to exist, to matter, to be somebody, and the desire to not exist, to escape pain or responsibility. All 3 trap you in suffering. Because all 3 are based on rejecting what is and wanting something different. The desire for pleasure is obvious. You want to feel good, so you chase good feelings. Food, sex, entertainment, comfort, validation, whatever makes you feel good in the moment. But pleasure is temporary. It fades. Then you need more. You become addicted to chasing the next hit of pleasure, and the chasing is suffering. The desire to exist, to be someone important, is more subtle. This is ego. This is wanting to matter, to be successful, to be respected, to be remembered. This desire drives people to work themselves to death, to sacrifice everything for status or legacy, and even if they achieve it, they still suffer, because the ego is never satisfied. It always wants more proof that you matter. The desire to not exist is the darkest. This is wanting to escape, to check out, to avoid responsibility or pain. This is what drives addiction, avoidance, and, in extreme cases, thoughts of ending it all. You're in pain and you just want it to stop. But running from pain is still desire, and desire causes suffering. Buddha's solution wasn't to fulfill all your desires or kill all your desires. It was to see through them, to understand that desire is based on a lie. The lie that you're incomplete, that you need something external to be okay, that happiness is somewhere out there if you just get the right things or avoid the wrong things. But Buddha taught that happiness isn't out there. It's not in getting what you want. It's in no longer needing to get anything. It's in being okay with what is, right now, without adding or subtracting anything. This sounds impossible. How can you just stop wanting things? You're human, you have needs. Desires are natural, and Buddha would agree. He's not saying deny your basic needs. He's saying stop making your peace dependent on getting what you want. Stop suffering over the gap between reality and your desires. He taught something called the middle way. Not extreme indulgence, not extreme denial, just balance. Meet your basic needs without getting attached to pleasure. Work and create without getting attached to outcomes. Live fully without clinging to anything. The key word is attachment. It's not the having that causes suffering. It's the attachment to having. The belief that you need it to be happy, that losing it would destroy you. That's what traps you. Think about someone you love. Loving them doesn't cause suffering, but being attached to them, needing them to act a certain way, fearing their loss, trying to control them, that's what causes suffering. The attachment, not the love. Or think about your goals. Having goals isn't the problem, but being attached to achieving them, basing your worth on them, suffering when they're delayed, that's the problem. The attachment, not the goal. Buddha would say, you can want things, you can work toward things, you can enjoy things. Just don't attach your peace to getting them. Don't make your happiness conditional. Don't suffer in the gap between where you are and where you want to be. Here's the practical part. How do you actually do this? How do you reduce desire and attachment in real life? First, notice your desires. Just become aware of them. Every time you feel stress, anxiety, or dissatisfaction, look for the desire underneath. What are you wanting that you don't have? What are you trying to avoid that's present? Just seeing it clearly is the first step. Second, question the desire. Ask yourself, do I really need this to be happy? Or have I just convinced myself I do? What would happen if I never got this? Would I actually be okay? Usually, you'll realize that desire is optional. Preferences are fine. But most of our suffering comes from turning preferences into needs. Third, practice gratitude for what is. Instead of constantly focusing on what you don't have, notice what you do have. Not in a fake positive way, just factually. You have air to breathe, a body that works, problems that are solvable, life happening right now. When you focus on what is instead of what isn't, desire loses its grip. Fourth, let go of outcomes. Do your work. Make your effort, but release attachment to how it turns out. You can't control outcomes anyway. You can only control your actions. So focus there. Act without attachment to results. This is what Buddha called right action. Doing what's right without needing it to lead somewhere specific. Let's talk about modern life. We live in a world designed to create desire. Ads, social media, consumer culture, everything is engineered to make you want more. To feel like what you have isn't enough. To compare yourself to others. To chase the next thing. Buddha would say this is a system designed to create suffering. And it works. Look around. People have more stuff than ever. More opportunities. More options. And they're more anxious, more depressed, more dissatisfied than ever. Because having more just creates more desire. The hamster wheel spins faster, but you never actually get anywhere. Buddha's teaching is the antidote. Stop spinning, stop chasing, stop making your peace depend on getting the next thing. Just be okay now, with what is, without needing it to be different. This doesn't mean give up on growth or goals. It means change your relationship with them. Pursue things because you choose to, not because you need them to be happy. Create because you enjoy creating, not because you need the outcome. Work because the work itself is meaningful, not because you're desperate for the reward. When you do this, something interesting happens. You actually become more effective. Because you're not desperate. Desperation makes you needy, anxious, and paralyzed. But when you're not attached to outcomes, you can take clear action without fear. You can fail without being destroyed. You can succeed without becoming addicted to success. Buddha found this balance after years of searching. He stopped wanting enlightenment, just sat with what is. And that's when enlightenment came. Not as something to get, but as something that was already there when he stopped chasing it. The same is true for you. The peace you're looking for isn't somewhere in the future after you get what you want. It's available right now. As soon as you stop making it conditional. As soon as you realize you don't need anything to be different to be okay. This is hard. Maybe the hardest thing. Because your entire life you've been taught that wanting is good. That ambition is necessary. That you should always want more, be more, have more. And Buddha is saying that's the trap. That's what keeps you suffering, but he's also offering a way out. Not through getting everything you want, but through wanting nothing at all. Through seeing that you're already complete. That happiness isn't something to achieve. It's what remains when you stop chasing it. Buddha walked away from a palace because he understood this. Desire creates suffering. Always, without exception. And the way out isn't through fulfillment. It's through release. Through letting go. Through being okay with what is. The question is, are you willing to try it? Even just for a moment. To stop wanting, stop needing, stop making your peace conditional. And just be here, now, as you are, without needing anything to be different. That's where freedom lives. Not in getting what you want, but in no longer needing to want at all. Watch the next one for more ancient truth.